himself. The Bible says he created us in his image. And because God created us in his image, guess what, guys? He is always watching. He is watching. I mean, if you are the manufacturer of a phone and you keep tabs on these phones and you keep on updating, keep on putting out new phones, same applies to us and God. So, Dina, this I hope it brings healing to you that God was watching all that. And I bet you those children that she pampered or those things that she did for her kids while she treated you ill, I don't think her kids are in a better place than you are at now. But if they are, God is a fair God. Trust me, they can't be better off than you. And if they seem like they are, not, I used words like they seem. I know of this lady who used to really mistreat her stepchildren. There were two children, and he used to mistreat them and treated hers well, gave them, school supplies. They went to school on time. Their fees was paid on time. But one time, uh, her, these other stepchildren grew up because they don't stay young for long. They grew up. And because of what they went through growing up, being able to take care of themselves with nothing, they are survivors. So you can throw them anywhere and you find them thriving. You can, they can just go to a village somewhere with nothing and find them with things. But these ones who are pampered, you can't even leave them anywhere and find them with anything. And they keep on wondering, why is it even the man who was our askari, the one who was taking care of our compound, is driving and we are not driving? Why is it even the one who was cleaning us while we were young is at a better place than we are today? Because God is a just God. And I pray that justice is served in your case, Dina. And you know that you're loved by God and you're not his second best. The moment you discard those attires of being a second best, guess what? You take your rightful place as a child of God and take up all that God has in stock for you. And Cedric says, sorry, Nava, thank you for choosing to be different. Many people struggle and continue the abuse. Yeah, there are people who really continue. Your mom was a drunkard, you also take on to alcohol quickly, and then you don't discard it, and you just continue drinking and you pass down even worse than what your mom passed down. That is what Cedric is trying to say. Thank you so much, Nava, for choosing to take that route. And Roger says, I don't care. So Nava, whether you are married, he said he does not care. You are his wife, his true wife. Ah, Rogers. And Blessing says, you are right, Winfred. That's how we heal. There is healing truly, guys, when we talk about what we went through. One way I realized that is when I observed the people in the Western world. Those guys have, groups for anything. You've just, say like you've just went through a breakup of a relationship. You are not married per se, but breaking up in relationship, they've got a group for that. You are suffering with, you want to quit drinking, they have a group for that. You want to break away from drug use, they, they have a group. You've just lost a loved one, there's a group for that. You just miscarried, there's a group. There's a group for literally everything. And there is healing in speaking about things, especially us women. Statistics have shown that gossip to some degree helps us live longer. I don't know how far true that is, but I think it is all about talking about things and letting them go. Now, like Dina, what you went through, I hope you don't live in what happened to you then and carry that over and over, and it molds you into this person that is going to please people, that is clingy, that is who doesn't think much of themselves. They think they do not deserve, they don't belong. That was bad and ill that happened to you. And I pray that God heals you and gets you to a place where you see better of yourself. And Cedric says, Dina, hello, I believe you're not eating leftovers anymore. Dina, are you still eating leftovers? Because I don't believe the same either. So you should see yourself better, the way God sees you, regardless of what happened growing up. Like I said, I grew up without a dad, and I didn't think much of men. I didn't even know how to conduct myself around men. I thought men are different creatures that are ununderstandable. You can never understand them. That's what I thought of myself. And so uh, it was hard. I don't know, maybe my husband would tell you one time, it was hard for me to let him in because it took time for me to know that this one will stay. He won't be like my dad. He will be around. But the trust can also be tainted where you have trust issues. You can't trust men because your father was not there. You're wondering, why did he even ever have a relationship? How did I come into play? Was I ever loved? Once you try to dig in so deep, it will keep you depressed. But if you keep that in the past and choose to move on, life becomes beautiful and you get to start living and enjoying yourself. I pray, Dina, that like Cedric says, since you're not still eating leftovers, he believes you're not. And because you're not still eating the same leftovers, succeed in life and let your enemies see you succeed. That will poke them. If your stepmother is still there, she will get to see you succeed and hang herself over that. I'm not really literally saying hanging, but she would have to deal with your success because that was her problem, and she is molding you to this person that is out to please everyone because no one thought of you first and no one gave you first position. I pray that the Lord wipes away your slate clean and you start afresh where there is no pain. I pray for you that, my dear. And Blessing says, Cedric, it's okay, thanks. Dear God heals indeed. He does heal. He does heal wounds. I mean, I'm a better wife now because of what God did in my life. Had He not, I don't think I would be where I am. I had no patience, no tolerance. Like someone who sees, in Uganda, we have a saying that the one who has been bitten by a snake, even when you see a rope, you jump. Why? Because you've been bitten by a snake before. And so anything small, you jump. Twice bitten, there's a way we put it. Twice shy. Once bitten, twice shy. You don't have to be beaten twice to, shy away from a situation. So I would literally keep myself away from anything that would get me into what my mom got herself into. But God heals and He heals. Time heals and God heals if we let Him. If you allow Him to take over, Dina, He will. And He will help you realize that you deserve the best. You're not one who deserves leftovers. You're not one who deserves handouts, the scripts. You deserve more than that. And you can have the best that is out there. And Roger says, but on a serious note, alcohol is not good. Now, I bet Rogers is saying alcohol is not good because he had an alcoholic in the family. Because really, it reduces someone to nothing. And if we can all drop it, alcohol is really, really bad. Not only does it go in your system and mess things up, it goes in there and also changes you as a person. And you do things that are degrading, Like imagine messing your clothes up and your child having to get you off the road and taking you home, it's degrading. So alcohol, like Roger said, is bad, it's not good. And Cedric says success is the best revenge. So Dina, succeed. Purpose to succeed at whatever you're doing. Whether it's what, however small, purpose to succeed. And let those who wished you bad growing up, who never thought of you as much, watch you succeed. That is the best revenge you can ever serve out hot to your enemies. And like Cedric has said, Cedric, thank you so much for that. Blessing says, Cedric, you are right. I actually agree with those two about succeeding. Succeed. Make it work. Make it work. Now, when I was getting married, I was worried. Oh, I didn't get the fear right on. But when I got into church, I was going through a corner just before I get to the place where everyone can see me. And I was like, what in the world are you doing with yourself? Are you for real going to get married to this man? Do you love him that much? Do you think he will stick around? And I remember telling my husband that we better make this work. Because if for any reason you have any doubts, anything, let me know here and now, and I'll leave. I'll just leave so we don't get to go through. Because I had seen it in the past with an absent father. So I had seen it and I was not ready to go through it myself. My mom had gone through it. I don't know what hassles she had to go through to, take care of us. But I purposed. Now from there, I chose as a person that I would be a better mom. I would hang in there, and I would hope the person I'm getting married to would also be able to pay the same price. Because minus the both of us realizing that we can't make it work. Now, this is how childhood trauma can come and play in relationships. My dad left, so I leave, or I get into a relationship. In Uganda, we have this tendency where we are getting married and you're briefed by a group of ladies they call sengas or aunties. Those ladies come in and they talk, they tell you men are cheats, they will cheat, they will have children left, right, and center. So you get into a relationship already biased about the man that you're getting married to because they will advise you ill, and so you follow what you have heard from your aunties about what men do. But not every man is the same. I know men like Rogers are different, even when he loves married women. I know some men are different, really, and they would play different cards given a chance. But others are the same. But not everyone is the same, like I've said before. But the trauma of the things we go through can keep us. Like if you've had an absent mom and you're like, I don't trust women. Women are all whores because my mom was, so my wife will be, or everyone is, or if I have children, they'll also be whores, little whores. So I don't want anyone female in my life. I don't want to commit. And so there are men who have lived like that simply because of the mom that wasn't present when they were growing up, or uh, the mom that left, or the mom that they never knew, you know. But I pray there is healing. I pray for healing for anyone who has gone through that. Now, we were talking about the kinds of people that are out there. They are the fixers, like I said, they are the runners, like I was, and they are the clingers, who cling. You need constant validation. Someone has to be there constantly telling you, you're pretty. I love you. We will be together. They are those clingy type because they never felt chosen as kids, and so they become clingy. But then also they are the peacemakers. Yeah, the peacemakers, you avoid conflict at all costs because as a child, conflict meant danger. So you avoid conflict. You don't even want someone to start any argument, even if it is A small argument. You don't want that started. Why? Because you think they would start off like that and probably leave you, or they would start off like that and end up beating you, or go off and start drinking, and it would be a whole different platform. So they are the clingers, they are the runners, they are the fixers, and the peacemakers. The peacemakers had it rough growing up, and so they want peace. They want to make sure everyone is happy, because they know once people are not happy, things may turn out different depending on what they witnessed growing up. Now, which one sounds like you? Those of you who are watching, which one sounds like you? Are you the clinger, Cedric? Are you the runner, Roger? Are you the uh, peacemaker, Nava? Are you the fixer, Dina? Which one do you think you are? Are you the peacemaker? Are you the runner, the cleaner?